The village is under attack! West Harbor is under attack! You're safe! Grab a weapon. We need to help defend the village. I'm not sure. They came pouring in from the swamp and started tearing the village apart.
We'd better hurry. I saw some of them following us on our way here. They're likely to hit this house next.
Hello, my dear.
There you are. I saw some of those creatures enter your house, and it is good to see you safe. I don't know where these beasts came from, but we need every sword at the southern bridge. More of these creatures are on the way, and in greater numbers. Georg is trying to gather the militia, but I fear he would not be able to marshal a defense in time, and without help, this village will fall. Head south along the road. I will stay here and look for the wounded, then join you. Georg should be at the bridge. Join him quickly. He will no doubt have orders for you. But before you go, take this blessing from Lathander. All of you. If you are wounded or need another blessing in the fight ahead, simply return and speak to me.
Thank the gods you made it. There's been no sign of your father, and I feared you'd been killed as well. I have no idea where these creatures came from or what they want, but the ones loose in the village are only the first wave. More are coming. A lot more. If we're going to stop them, we need someone to rally the militia and meet them head on. The militia is likely disorganized and scattered about town. You may have met some on your way here. Gather a half-dozen men or so. That's the most we can hope for. Now go. When you've gathered everyone you can, meet me at the wheat field, south and west of here.
We'd better search the town, try to gather who we can, and I hope we can find enough still alive.
What? My spell failed? Impossible!
Huh? Get away! Didn't you see those creatures out there? They're killing everyone! What, you came to drag me out there to die? Not on your life. I'm staying right here. But I tried to fight. There's so many of them. Too many. All right, I'm going. I'll meet you there. I'm not dead when you arrive.
Who's there? Whoever you aren't getting in here! I'm not going out there. I'll be cut down in seconds. And I'm not letting them inside to loot my place. Not while I'm still standing. All right. Hold on. The door's unlocked. Come on in, but hurry.
You three stay out of this. It's too dangerous.
Master, just hold on. We can help.
So the whelp seeks to test herself. How pathetic.
Blast it! The rest of you stay where you are.
I shall waste no more time on this pitiful village. It is not here.
Stupid girl! I told her to stay out of it. There's more to do. Georg and the militia are holding our attackers at bay on the Starling farm. We must hurry before the tide turns. Leave her. It's too late. We must hurry to the Starling farm before more harbormen meet the same fate as she did. If only I had more time to gather equipment from my home. If you make your way there, you may find some magical and alchemical equipment of you. It's to the north. Now go!
Well done. Now we have a chance. All right, militia. Ready your weapons and move out. It's time we stand our ground.
Bring it to me! Bring it to me! Now you shall taste my power! Let's see what you've got!
Another wave is coming. Prepare for battle. More of them. Regroup. Cyric's blood. They're entering the Starling House. But if we don't hold the next wave off, the whole village could be overrun.
Let's go. If we hurry, we can stop them before they find the children. I knew I could count on you. I hope my brother and sister know enough to hide.
We could use your sword, but I understand. that's over. We would not have held them much longer. Dagon!
Much blood has been lost tonight. Let us make the enemy pay in kind.
Bring it to me! See what you got! Now you shall taste my power! Let's see what you've got! Bring it to me! Bring it to me!
That is the last of them. For now, gather the wounded and the dying. Let's see how many we can steal from death's clutches.
Thank the gods we were able to hold them at the farm. How many did we lose?
Ian, Vera, Pearson.
What were those things anyhow? Never seen anything quite like them.
They're called bladelings. Their kind is rarely seen in our realm. They dwell in a place beyond.
Well then, what in the nine hells are they doing here?
Lathander doesn't illuminate all mysteries for me. We must rely on our own wit and resources.
One of those dwarves mentioned they were searching for something. Does anybody know what it was?
Boy, come over here. I see you're unharmed. Many have not been so fortunate, and others have seen their final night. I understand you lost a friend of yours in the attack. A tragedy. She was a promising young mage, or so I've been told. Yes, and to dwell on our losses serves no purpose. There is still much to do. I do not have much time to talk. There are many who are wounded. Now, there is something you must do tonight. Those bladelings were here to find something, and I fear I know what. Tonight is not a night of words, but of action. There is an item, a silver shard. Long ago, I concealed it in the old stones outside of town. I fear it may have drawn these creatures down upon us. It is from the time when your mother died. Those were dark times for the village. We can speak more of the shard after you've returned. For now, all that matters is its retrieval. There is no time for that now. Your mother is dead. Let her spirit rest. Think it through. Their kind doesn't plunder a village like West Harbor. Not for a few coins and an old helm or two. They had a reason. There are too many wounded to care for. More than Brother Marin can handle on his own. I cannot go, so you must travel there in my place. There is no choice in this matter. The stones outside of town are older and deeper than you may think. In the farthest chamber of these ruins, look for a strong box. Inside is the shard. There remains only one thing. You should not go alone. Bevil, I need you to accompany my son to the ruins. This is an important task.
But Georg says the ruins have been overrun by lizardling tribes.
And that is why you must go. Together, two can succeed where one might fail. The cries of the wounded cannot be ignored any longer. Find the shard, find it, and bring it here.
No offense meant, but your father makes the hairs on my neck stand up. Still, if we're going to do this, we should make some haste. It sounds urgent. This path that runs along the river is our best route into the swamp. I hope these ruins aren't too hard to find. We could be out there all night. It's been an age since I've come this far into the swamp. There are some twists and turns before we get to the ruins. There's probably more than lizardlings ahead. So, lead on, I guess.
What? Lebevo green. Let's see what you've got!
We should turn back. These aren't the ruins that your father wanted us to search. No one's ever been able to get in. Georg says it's been here for generations. And Tarma says he's heard a story about a wizard who tried to get in once and never returned. Besides, if your father wanted us to go into these ruins, you'd think he'd have told us how to get in.
I'm not a pack mule. Remove this burden. Now you shall taste my power! Now you shall taste my power! Let's see what you've got!
Bonaparte. Bonaparte.
Oh, great spirits of the Stone Tomb, please hear our plea. The other lizardling tribes take our territory. They wage war. And before we fight them for our ancestral hatching grounds, we ask for your blessings.
There certainly are an awful lot of them. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
A warm blood. Here, your very presence offends the stone god. And this gives you the right to intrude on our lands and disturb our most holy of rituals. What do you propose then, warm blood? A favor for a favor, eh? We may have need of you. We will let you do this thing. Do what you have come here to do. We will leave the Warmbloods in peace, my followers.
We were risking life and limb for that? None of this makes any sense. Dagon can do his own blasted quest from now on. When you're done searching around, let's get out of here.
You have returned, and you have brought the shard.
That's all you can say? I almost died out there.
If I did not believe you could handle the task, I would have sent another.
Yeah, well, you weren't out there in the swamp getting attacked by lizard folk.
No, I was here attending the wounded, Bevil. Now find Marion and do the same.
I don't see how you put up with him.
Now, for the shard. Let me see it. Our talk is for our ears alone. Bevil has served his purpose and does not need to be troubled any further. Bevil has his uses, but it is not wise to depend on someone of starling blood for too long. Also, his complaining tires me and will not serve you where you are bound. That shard is one of a pair. Both were found after the battle that destroyed West Harbor long ago. My half-brother Duncan and I asked a mage in Neverwinter to examine the shards for enchantments, but he found nothing except a faint magical aura, residue of the battle. And so I kept one shard, and the other I gave to Duncan. Not long after I returned to West Harbor, I sealed it away in the ruins. So to speak, it would be more appropriate to say that I have a half-brother. Duncan, like Bevil, has many faults that would make it wise not to rely on him or call him kin. Strange. Perhaps the attack awakened it. If so, then perhaps a second look at these shards would yield different results. But such divinations would be beyond anyone here in West Harbor, including Tarmus. I need you to go to the city of Neverwinter, find my half-brother Duncan, retrieve the second shard, and take it to a mage you both can trust. Duncan owns an inn in the docks district of the city, the Sunken Flagon. Not the most reputable place, but safe enough. No. As you probably realize, he will be of no help outside of West Harbor. He would only slow you down. Bevil is made for simpler things. Very well. Let us waste no more time in discussing your friend. If you have other questions, ask them. Head to the small port town of Highcliff when you are free of the swamp. There, seek passage on a ship to Neverwinter. The beast that attacked us will leave West Harbor alone once they realize their quarry has fled. If all goes well, you should be in Neverwinter before they find your trail. Say your farewells. Your boots may travel many roads before you return. I let some of the others know you are leaving, but not the why of it. Perhaps one day we will speak again and gain an understanding of each other. Return when you are ready to leave, and we will speak of the path you must take.
So, your father sent you off to Neverwinter. As if everything that's happened tonight isn't enough adventuring for one lifetime. I'm hoping that you'll be back soon enough after you reach the city, but most people who leave West Harbor don't come back. I've got some bandages here, though I hope you won't need to use them. You can also have my share of the loot that we found. You'll need it more than I do. Well, here. You can have what I've got left from my militia pay. Things are probably more expensive out there. Wish I could go with you, but the defense of the village is important too. Good luck. And if you run across the one who killed Amy, stick a blade through his heart for me. She deserves at least that.
I'm not a pack mule. Remove this burden.
This incursion is the most noteworthy event that's happened here in years. I had high hopes for Amy. She was a rare find in West Harbor. A shame she failed to heed her first lesson. Always listen to Tarmas. Not that I expect you would understand. But she was the only one capable of holding a coherent conversation with me. Go if you must, but mysteries remain here that need to be answered. I didn't need your help, and thought I had made that perfectly clear. The girl died a meaningless death. A needless sacrifice only helps your enemy. Learn this lesson, and you may avoid Amy's fate. Help with the journey, you say? Advice. Advice is what I can give. Use that skull of yours for more than a shield. Amy obviously failed to learn this lesson. A fool girl. As functional as the famous harborman thick-headedness is, it still won't prove much help against, let's say, a lizardling sword or javelin. You aren't mistaken on that account. Fine, take this. Perhaps it will help you. Perhaps not. But don't bother asking for more. I've already lost an apprentice on your behalf. That's all you'll be getting from me. Oh, very well. I suppose I could always use more coin.
I'm not a pack mule. Remove this burden.
So, Dagon is sending you to Neverwinter, eh? I can't say I approve. If it were a militia matter, I wouldn't send you alone. But I don't have any right to tell him how to raise his child. Can you at least tell me why you're going? Your father wouldn't tell me a thing. You know what they were looking for? They tore apart half the houses in town. What is it? You're less cryptic than your father, but not by much. It won't be easy reaching Neverwinter. I've traveled that way once or twice. It's a dangerous journey, especially for one traveling alone. You might want to ask around the village. If you're going to leave, some folks might be able to offer some help. You may not have trained under me, but I've always enjoyed your company, and you acquitted yourself well with the village defense. Here. Take this shield. It's always served me well. And even if you don't use it, you can sell it for some gold that might do you some good.
Have you said your farewells? To get to Neverwinter, take the road that borders the Starling Farm out of town. It is the only road through the Mare of Deadmen, so following it will be easy. The road itself has not been patrolled for some time, and few travel it. Move quickly, and you may be able to avoid the many beasts of the Mare. I suspect you will see your share of battle before you reach Neverwinter. Stray from the road, and the danger is even greater. I've made it known that you travel directly for the city, in the hopes that the enemy will pursue you along the high road. Instead, you will head to the small port town of Highcliff once you are clear of the swamp. From there, you will seek passage on a ship to Neverwinter. There is a ship named the Double Eagle that will await you in Highcliff. Her captain, Flynn by name, is a trusted friend of mine and will ferry you safely to the city. Your trip to Neverwinter will be quicker by water, and my attempted misdirection may allow you to reach Highcliff before the enemy becomes aware of your true route. I have nothing more to say. It is time for you to go, my son. Each moment you remain here brings greater risk to the village.